Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another advanced tutorial episode of War in the East, to actually the last advanced tutorial before the beginning of the Grand Campaign. A small disclaimer again, this tutorial is not based on the let's say canonical Grand Campaign, so what you will see in this tutorial may not be reproducible or reproduced in the canonical Grand Campaign, because I'm using my historical order of battle mod, and specifically the scenario that I prepared for the Axis player versus a hard or impossible AI. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, and you would like to know more about this, you can go out to the forum in this scenario, the design and modding section, and then you have to look for the 1941-45 reworked order of battle, and then you just have to go to the last page, I think, to download the most updated file, this one here, and then if you're curious, you can just scroll through all of the pages to read the fixes and the changelogs, basically. Basically, one of the most interesting differences that I have added, besides several historical units, I've also added some additional event-based missions, which, you know, it's introduce a new level of role playing when you're playing against the AI, and specifically to make sure that the Axis player has, let's say, an easy intro, an easy breaking of the enemy lines during the first turns. I have massively upgraded the CPP that the Axis units have on the first turn of the Grand Campaign, and you can see it here. For instance, if we have a look at the 267th, yeah, all Axis units do have 32,500 CPP, which again will make it very easy on the very first turn to break through the Soviet lines. And this explains why the Axis units do have this massive combat value shown here. And also the scenario starts with 30 APs, because when you play on hard, you do have these penalties. So I said, okay, I also want to help the player, especially in the early turns, to make sure he has enough APs to build depots and you know, set priority repairs and so on and so forth. And so how to perform the ideal encirclement of the Bialystok-Minsk pocket. I've let's say, in the past I did a video called Panzers and Pockets, in which it was kind of a learning curve for me, because in that episode played on the, I think when it was on the impossible difficulty, okay, it was really difficult to break through these Soviet lines on the first turn, and then I did one big mistake. Like, I did not move the divisions of the 4th Army and the ones of the 9th Army, because I was like, cool, I can just encircle them, and then I can wipe the pocket out in the next turn. And one big problem of that approach was that the Soviet Air Force would resupply the existing depots. I think we can switch off the fog of war. The depots here in Grodno, Baranovichi, Koborin, Brest, and Bialystok. And that's why I decided to kind of redo this tutorial before the Grand Campaign, to just show you, if you are playing with my order of battle mod, how you should or you could, let's say, open up the pocket. Sorry, to open up the first turn by creating the pocket of Bialystok-Minsk. And first thing first, the golden rule is always start with the units which are in the second line of defense, and especially I like to use these security divisions to open up gaps where there are these border guard battalions. So let's quickly do it. So, as you can see, I have, let's say, opened a breach, actually several breaches in the enemy line using the regimented security divisions, and I've already moved the 110th and the 106th infantry divisions deep into the enemy lines. What I forgot to mention before is that I have already temporarily motorized 5 infantry divisions, and these are the 26th, the 6th, the 35th. You can either motorize the 35th or the 5th, it doesn't really matter, and then the 45th and the 31st. The idea is to use these temporarily motorized infantry divisions to gain control of as many hexes as possible and pave the way for, in this case, the 3rd Panzer Group and the 2nd Panzer Group down here. Because, yeah, I mean, in this scenario you have the, let's say, combat preparation points. In the canonical Grand Campaign, I know you have more units down here, but this strategy can be risky, let's say. And yeah, so before starting, just one more thing, I like to reassign the reserve of Army Group North down here, and then we need to secure Vilnius and Kaunas as well. Okay, that should do it. And then it's time to move the motorized infantry division. Now, with the 26th, oh, actually, let's always show the roads. If you can, always try to advance along hexes containing roads, because it's much faster and you save movement points. Now, the 26th Tank Division, always route it. It's good if it goes in the pocket. It's equally good if it goes outside, because it will be routed anyway. And yeah, so that's it. And as you can see, we are now forming the northern wing of the pocket. And with the 6th, we have now prepared the ground for the 2nd Panzer Group. Nice. And then with the 35th, which is here, oh, actually I need to reassign it to the 6th Army Corps. And with the 35th, I think we could... we cannot cross it. My plan... Oh yeah, we could cross it here. My plan was to take Polotsk already, but it's okay. I mean, we can do like this. And... and now we can finally move the units of the 3rd Panzer Group. Now, with the 57th Motorized Army Corps, the plan is to move as close as possible to Vitebsk, and with the 12th Panzer Division here, it's actually possible to reach this hex, which is good to have a zone of control on the northern side of the Dvina, and as well as because it's this is the closest hex possible that you can reach. I mean, the closest to Vitebsk, of course, that you can reach if you play your cards well, let's say. The 18th Motorized can cross as well, and yeah, that's very good. And also, because it's random, it's randomly units will retain an insane amount of their CVP on the next turn, and if any of the 57th Motorized Army Corps units do have this still insane amount of CVP. You can easily take Vitebsk and Smolensk, or even make a new pocket by marching in this direction and using Guderian's troops, which will be around here, to cross the Dnieper and ideally encircle the enemy units in this cauldron, if everything works out well, let's say. And then now we have the 39th Motorized Army Corps. Yes, perfect. Which you want to move it ideally on the northern edge of the Dvina. Because now ideally on the second turn you can take both Veliki Luki, Vitebsk and Smolensk, and that's it. And now it's time to move the 9th Army. I like to reassign the 42nd to the 9th Army and then join up the infantry divisions here, and we can start blasting our way through the pocket. And I always make sure that my units are within HQ range. Now the 5th infantry division can advance like this, just to pocket this rifle division, these two rifle divisions, even better. And then we can fight our way into the pocket itself. And it's important to take control of Bialystok and Grodno, because Brest, Kobrin and Baranovichi will fall with Guderian's 2nd Panzer Group. Yes, that's good. And then with the 8th, oh yeah, we need to take Grodno, right, I forgot about it. We can just advance here. I don't want to go close to these units, nor to these, because they will just rout, and I want to keep them inside the pocket, so I can do this. And yeah, let's keep the 28th Infantry Division here. And that's the movement of the 9th Army, basically. And we can even start repairing the railways. No, there are no rail yards here. But okay. And then it's time to move the 4th Army. I never close the pocket before advancing with my units, because I want to prevent the enemy units from routing outside of the pocket when they are being displaced. And let me just reassign this one here. Actually, we can first open the way for the panzers, and Okay, that's good. Nice, perfect. And okay, what I like to do also with the 4th Army is to move the 43rd Army Corps on the, let's say, right-hand side of the pocket, on the right wing, to have it in position to advance towards Minsk and then towards the Dnieper in the coming turns already. And also I want to take control of as many hexes as possible. And yeah, as always, I don't want to move here or here because I'm afraid I will just displace these units. And yeah, the 4th Army has been moved, and now it's time to close the pocket with Guderian's motorized units. I like to use the cavalry, that in my scenario has 30 movement points instead of just 24. And then we can try to attack the... yeah, I think it went outside. Ah, shattered, even better. That's good. This is kind of risky, so don't do it if you don't feel confident. Just leave the cavalry division here in Boranovici and don't attack the 155th division. Actually, let's move first the Das Reich and the... So here I don't care about routing these units. What I care about is to have a wide enough zone of control area to prevent the Red Army units from breaching the pocket, basically. And then I think we can move now the 45th. Up here, and we can displace or even take Minsk. Yeah, nice, perfect. And it's always good to occupy Minsk, and then I can close the gap with the Gross Deutschland regiment, which has 60 movement points, and it's enough to prevent the enemy from escaping, because here there are swamps, and yeah, the enemy cannot advance into the northern edge of the pocket, even if you don't have units. And then let's move the 29th. Nice. The 10th motorized. The 4th Panzer can march here, and the 3rd as well. Yes. And we still have the 31st. I like to park it here. And we still have the 18th, which nicely can come over here, and the 17th over here. We can move up the HQ and then reassign all the infantry divisions which are down here to the 12th Army Corps. Yes, and then detach these ones here from that one and move them to another Army HQ, so that now everyone is in range, or within range, let's say. And even, yeah, to the 47th, that is still exactly within range. Nice. And it's time to move just the FPD to repair some railways, which is always good. Build a depot and park on the depot here the units of Guderian and of the 4th Army. And basically this is how you make the pocket. You temporarily motorize your units, your infantry divisions, to seal the pocket from the north, and then establish a bridgehead over the Dvina. And then with Guderian you can take Minsk and surround the pocket from the eastern side. And again here, as you can see, I have plenty of zones of control to prevent the enemy from escaping into the pocket. Outside of the pocket, sorry. And let me just stop the recording, and I will see what the AI will do, and then I'll catch up with you later on. So, welcome back, and here we are, the pocket held, thanks to my zones of control. Yeah, of course, now the panzers do have a severe deficit of movement point, just because I did not bring the air supplies. But, you know, this was just a way to demonstrate the power of temporarily motorizing your infantry divisions when using my historical order of battle scenario against the hard AI. And that's it, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And well, since this was the last advanced tutorial, stay tuned, because the impossible Operation Barbarossa is about to begin very soon. Until then, my friends, I wish you all the best. Stay healthy, stay safe, and if you don't want to miss any episode, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all in the near future.